the explosion, spent hours tending to perfect strangers. None of these folks asked the people they were helping whether they were Democrats or Republicans. They didn't ask whether they were Christians or Muslims or Jews. They didn't care whether they were gay or straight. It was simply enough that they were fellow Americans who were suffering and needed aid. And shouldn't that be enough for all of us? And that's the question I was asking myself during a recent visit to my hometown of Chicago, when I had the privilege of spending an afternoon with a wonderful group of students at a school called Harper High. Now, Harper is located in one of the toughest neighborhoods in the city, a community that has been torn apart by poverty and hopelessness, by gangs and drugs and guns. I shared this story with our congressional spouses, Susan, just last week. That afternoon, I sat down with about 25 students. Now, these kids were the best and brightest at that school, the valedictorian, the football star, kids in ROTC. But every day, these kids were facing impossible odds. Jobless parents addicted to drugs. Friends and loved ones shot dead before their very eyes. In fact, when the school counselor asked these men and women in our group whether they knew someone who'd been shot, every single one of those kids raised their hand. She then asked a simple question. She said, "What do you think when the weather forecast says 85 and sunny?" Now, you'd assume that nice weather like that would be a good thing, but not for these kids. They replied that a weather report like that put fear in their hearts, because in their neighborhood, when the weather's nice, that's when the gangs come out and the shootings start. So instead of reveling in the joys of their youth, things like college applications, getting ready for prom, getting that first driver's license, these young people were consumed with staying alive. And there are so many kids in this country just like them. Kids with so much promise, but with so few opportunities. Good kids who are doing everything they can to break the cycle and beat the odds. They are the reason we're here today. And today, we need to be better for them. We need to be better for all of our children in this country, because they are counting on us to give them the chances they need for the futures they all deserve. So here's the thing, we just can't wait for the next presidential election to get fired up and ready to go. We can't wait. Right now, today, in this election, we have an obligation to stand up for them. So we must recapture that same passion, the same energy and urgency that we felt back in 2008 and 2012. We must keep working together to build a country worthy of all of our children's promise. That's what we must do today. So let's begin by ensuring that every child has access to quality pre-kindergarten, excellent schools, affordable college, because we want all of our kids to fulfill their boundless potential. Let's finally pass common sense gun safety laws, because no mother, no father should ever have to worry when their